Okay, good afternoon everybody, and welcome to the latest in a series of VanillaIP webinars. This is on our cloud-based conversion program. My name's Ian Sinnott, I'm the Sales and Marketing Director, but you're probably aware of that. And if I can work how to get this mouse working, that would really be helpful. So the webinars that you've had just recently, you will know, have covered a lot of subjects. The webinars are all available to you in the VanillaIP or on the VanillaIP actual website. There's a webinar section and there's a past webinar section. If you didn't catch any of the ones before, I do encourage you to go back and have a look at them. Omnichannel Contact Center and Dashboard seems an awful long time ago, but it is really proving to be a customer winner for many of our partners who have got customers who need to improve the customer experience. But have a check through all of those and enjoy the sort of subjects that are at your disposal. The webinar today is about your customer relations, the customer relationships that you have with products other than the connections you've already made to the VanillaIP program. And essentially today we are talking about just a commercial support strategy for you, our resellers. And it's aimed to help you incentivize and motivate customers who are buying other revenue products from you to come across to the cloud communication solutions that we're working together on. And I just want to start by sort of highlighting this is anybody that you're currently in a recurring revenue relationship with. So it could be a mobile base, it could be an IT services base, it could be connectivity, anything where you are raising a monthly invoice to the customer and they are in a monthly reoccurring service with you. And we've made it as general as possible because there is a true reason for climbing on board with this incentive, and that is that the rest of the marketplace is energized and will use PSTN switch off as a means of motivating any PBX using business to move or transfer into the cloud. Now, there is a lot of talk about SIP trunks being used as a simple transition from ISDN and analog lines onto the IP world. But it creates an opportunity for people to encourage the customer to take a single step rather than multiple steps. And when we looked at what was going to go on here and we looked at the amount of time that we as an industry have spent waiting for a compelling event to get this marketplace really racing along, we decided that there was such a strong chance that competitive players in the hosted only space would come after all SME customers with quite a lot of aggression and intent, that we wanted to make sure that our resellers could get first mover advantage in their own relationships. So the package itself is motivated by that. How would we use it? We'd use it to grab hold of this massive opportunity, to go out to everyone, to tell them about PSTN switch off, but actually to tell them that the most important thing it does for us is gets us to look at the available benefits that cloud can bring the customers, and we can start talking about the amount of money that they can either generate or save through the improvement in the customer experience they do, the improvement of the staff management they do, of the training, etc., etc. So we're here to try and get that first mover advantage over to you. How does it all work? Well, it works on the theory that if we look at this model here, that the core proposition, the smart user and the table stakes products are there to be supported commercially to make it easy to go forward. Where we see the rest of the proposition supporting this is in those deal winning overlays. So going out to customers and talking about mobility, call and contact center products, call recording and staff training and development sort of tools. Those are the ones that are going to help you to actually close the advantages of the new system. and the PST and switch off, and the fact that you can offer them relief on the costs of moving those core propositions over should help you win those businesses fast. And then through cross-selling and upselling, you can lock them down into the benefits of your system and then use those services to grow your eventual revenue and your margin stack. So the proposition hangs together by virtue of the fact that we can land grab and then we can expand the revenue proposition that it delivers. Now, there is a process for this, and there are a number of terms and conditions, so if you bear with me and we'll try and walk through all of these, just bear in mind that your channel manager would be absolutely delighted to come and talk to you about this in detail. We're already obviously visiting partners up and down the country and just making through that here. But point number one is the key point here. It's like the lottery. You have to be in it to win it. It is a program controlled by terms and conditions. So if you can make sure that you apply to us for the registration of the program, we will send you the terms and conditions. And we will ask you to return them to them. And when you return that document to us, that sets you available to make claims under the program. So the claims themselves relate to customers that are connected via the UBOS portal as normal. So you would build and deploy customers in the normal way. And you will submit it. Now, when it comes to submitting the claims, I have terms and conditions, and then I have a couple of easy examples. But effectively, you'll be able to claim them from the first of the month following the last connection that you've made, and before the 25th of that month. There'll be an email claim in, and you will provide for us the relevant information, including 2 invoices. This proposition is available to any customer that was a revenue customer of yours in April of 2019 and remains a revenue customer of yours the month before the month that you connect them through the UBOS portal. So we will ask you to provide us with a PDF copy of the front page of those 2 month invoices. The VanillaIP accounts team will place the claim, verify them, and put them onto your system, and that will mean that in the month following the month that they're connected, we will apply exemptions for the 12 subsequent months. That means, and we'll see that on the terms and conditions if we flash through, you will pay for the first month. And this allows us to extend this to a customer of any size, so there are no minimum handset requirements in a customer, and it means that there is no rush at the end of the month. You can make the claim early in the following month, and we all have time to get these free license months placed on the customer and working through UBOS rather than running the risk of having credits and all that sort of thing going on. So the claim process is that it will apply only to new businesses created in UBOS. So this is not a program available to existing customers who expand either the number of sites or the number of users. This is for you to bring new customers across. Obviously when you build a customer in UBOS, the business gets date stamped, so we'll be referring back to that date stamp. The scheme requires for you to pay the first month, the claim to be made between the 1st and the 25th of the month following the last connection you make, and I'll explain why I phrase it like that when I get through to my examples. The claim is only for smart users added before the last date of the previous month. We'll process those claims within the same month. The applicable extensions and the further verification step that we go through is that these extensions must be passing traffic. So we're looking at extensions which are being physically used. There's a slight latitude on the obvious slow to start or extremely quiet extension, but please recognize that we are monitoring for early connections which don't get subsequently used, so these must be traffic bearing extensions. So flicking through, and again, all of these terms and conditions are well laid out on the agreement itself, so you don't have to absorb them all fully here, but just to try and give you that explanation. A business can only take advantage of this offer once, so any business that disconnects from you as a reseller and tries to connect to another reseller cannot benefit from any advantage from this. So we will be registering the names of the organisations going through. Good news for you from a churn point of view, obviously. And the scheme is available from you for you as soon as you sign up. It's only applicable, as we've said, to customers that are existing customers of yours. So I've explained the criteria, the two invoices that we'd like you to send through. But there are a couple of exemptions, and these are to do with the fact that there are already heavy discount structures working through. So the first one is a smart user that has Broadworks agent standard or agent premium put against them. We already have a heavily discounted pack for the agent standard and premium as a package service. So this we are not encouraging. In fact, we are dissuading people from splitting up that pack and trying to rebuild it slightly cheaper with a user license. You wouldn't derive much benefit. It would be a hassle, but any customer with an agent standard or premium against it will not qualify. And it also can't be used in conjunction with the educational user or the charity user setup. So again, if you were to start an organization up claiming free smart users on all and then converting it to educational users in 12 months time, the educational user pack would be denied that customer. So please do think ahead, and that any educational environment that's going to be utilized, you don't include handsets that will eventually or should be on an educational user pack. Just put them on the educational pack straight away. Standard extensions are, however, fine. Same with the charity user. You wouldn't be able to convert it to a charity status customer after the 12 months. Program's scheduled to run until the 31st of December 2019, and we have reserved the right to amend the scheme if we've obviously made any errors. Partners, final term, partners need to be in terms, so you need to make sure that your accounts department are satisfying our invoices for any discount claims or criteria claims to be considered. Okay, that was quite detailed, not necessarily the most exciting section of a webinar you've ever sat through, but hopefully you get the gist of the fact that all new businesses coming on board with customers who are consuming a smart user can have this massive advantage of a smart user for 12 months free. And these are the two examples, because some customers that you connect will take longer than 1 month to deploy. So here's the mechanic that controls that. If I have a simple customer and I connect it during the course of month 1, I will make the claim in month 2 between the 1st and the 21st, and all of the exceptions will be applied before the bill run at the end of the 2nd month. If I look at a more complex customer that's taking multiple months to convert, excuse me just one moment. Needed some water, a bit of a tickle in the throat. So if you connect some connections in month 1, some connections in month 2, and the last of the connections in month 3, that 90-day window of connection is the widest window you can have to make claims for a customer. But it means that you can commune all of them together and then make a claim. In the following month, the 4th month, and before the 4th billing cycle, all of the exceptions will be placed, and all handsets, all connections will be given their 12-month period from that date. So in this instance, you will be paying 1 month for connections made in month 3, 2 months for connections made in month 2, and 3 months for connections made in month 1. But all of them will gain that subsequent 12-month free connection program afterwards. So that's the longest window, as I said, 90 days to complete all customers. You need to get all the extensions on by that period. Again, there's a little bit of detail around here because it's a heck of a giveaway, so we need to make sure that everybody understands the criteria. We hope you can make really good use out of this, looking at all of your customers immediately, and all orders all claims will come through to our gofree@vanillaip.com email address. Again, you'll have a monthly meeting with partner managers, so you can just verify the claims coming through. Let me just reiterate why we're doing this, and for me this is really the crux of what we can make happen in the second half of the year. It is definitely time to attack and at the same time defend. Attack your own customer base, communicate to them the very strong story of cloud communications, the advantages to them as businesses. We have some great demonstration tools. You can show them live action really what a modern communication system can do, and tie that into the compelling event of the PSTN switch off, encouraging them to move early, take advantage early, but get that old technology, that legacy handbrake out of their business as soon as you can. The defend part is every man and his dog will be attacking your customer base today, and they will be trying to be the ones to persuade them that it's time to move to the cloud. If you are not approaching them, you may find that the "I'm sorry we've left" or "I'm sorry we've already done it" explanation is given to you when you finally go to that base. The PBX manufacturers, and this is a really interesting point because we go to shows all the time. We talk to PBX manufacturers who are still trying to sell PBXs, and there was a new company launching at a show the other day who are bringing a PBX in, but they fully accept that the eventual position for all businesses is a cloud solution. So even when PBX manufacturers are putting up a defense to the "you don't need to do it now," they concede that you will need to do it in the future, and when you look at the benefits that can be derived early, there's a very compelling reason for the customers to go. Almost all businesses can move to VanillaIP already because of the breadth of the proposition that you're able to deliver to them. So many cloud systems don't cover PBX functionality. I mean, as you know, with our service, you've got key phone system capabilities in Key and Lamp, and PBX functionality, and call and contact center functionality. You've got quite a plethora of things to go at them. So there's no reason to hold back on any of the businesses that are out there. Channel manager's happy to go through the details, and if you sign by this week, if you get onto us after this webinar, get your contract sent through, read through it, make sure you're happy, sign it and get back. It'll be just in time for you to look back at your June connections and decide whether any of them are claimable. So don't delay, jump on it today and see if you can include stuff that you've already written. That's me finished, but there are some questions.
We have one question. If you have a UBOS billing customer that isn't using hosted, can we still add them?
Yes, if they're not taking the hosted services or the SIP trunk services, but UBOS is already being used to bill, let's say, their mobile, their connectivity or whatever, that is a qualifying connection.
And then we also have another question. If you have a mobile customer that is invoiced by the carrier directly, can you claim?
Yes. So as long as you show that the invoice has been running, i.e. you have the two relevant bill dates, you will just need to explain that it's a red top, blue top bill, i.e. it's not coming off your own billing system. It may be helpful if you just verify that you've got a CRM address on them, that sort of thing. So we will need to verify that you are the supplier of said bills, but yes, just qualify that through to us why the invoices are carrying that, and state your relationship in whatever way you can.
And if they sign up for a 36-month smart user, will they still get the rebate with the offer?
No, the 36-month offer already contains a commercial advantage in the hardware subsidy. So we can't double up on them, I'm afraid, but this is purely on a 30-day license So pick up the hardware independently. You know that we've got offers on hardware as well at the present time. But no, it won't work on the 36-month program.
Okay. That's all the questions we have currently.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening in. I hope you've enjoyed the detail of this. As I said, not necessarily the most interesting content for a webinar, but in terms of arming the sales teams and being able to go out there and own your base before somebody else does, I hope you enjoy the fact that we're joining you commercially in exploiting first mover advantage on your own revenue base. Have a great remainder of the day, and I'll look forward to seeing the emails pinging through requesting an agreement to be sent out. Thanks very much. Take care. Enjoy your day.